Hey guys, it's Hey Sophia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build a cave house. So shout out down below to LPS Sunny TV who has requested that I build this video. I am very quickly showing you the final product because while I'm building I am going to be filming with night vision on, so the stone will look quite bright and it might look a little bit funny while I'm building, but we'll fix that up later. For now we're going to be focusing on the outside front of the house. You can see I've already done a little bit on the inside, just a few basic things which I'll go into later. The roof, I've kept it very natural. I have made mine 2 stories, but you're more than welcome to just keep it 1 story, probably at about the height that staircase railing is. We'll also have some water in here to also help give a bit of colour and split up all the stone. But let's get started on the outside. So for the outside of my house, I'm kind of going for an ancient city look here. So what I'm going to be doing is you want to be terraforming a little bit just to work with what cave you already have. This cave I've had to make because we don't have caves on creative on my server. But we're going to be naturally you just want to work with what's already there. So as you can see, I'm just placing some stone blocks here and there. I am going to be making a overhang on top of my front door area. So what you want to do, I'm just building a railing for a staircase that will go up to a 2nd floor balcony. This is also a really good idea if you are building this in survival, because the way that I'm building my cave is that the 1st floor is kind of my storage and just some decorations. The 2nd floor is actually the living quarters. So it'd be really good to have this entryway, because what you can do is you can simply run up the staircase to the 2nd floor, which will have a door to the living quarters. So you could store particular things that you want on the 2nd floor and then focus the 1st floor on different things. So it just makes it really easy access. Instead of having to go into your house all the time up and down staircases, you just run up here. So I'm just building my staircase now, very simple to do. I'm kind of slowly going up in a slope by placing the stone brick slabs, as you can see there. And I'll be focusing a bit more on the outdoor decoration later on. I'm just going to show you the basics for now because we want to be making sure we've got the height here correct while we're digging into the house there. But yeah, so we're also going to I'll be doing a overhang. I won't show how I do that, but I'm just going to terraform and make it very natural. You can see I'm doing it now. So I'll show you the basics. You just want it to overhang probably out to the same height as the edging, as you can see there. If you want a really easy way to do it, if you have World Edit on your server, grab a brush and do the sphere tool and then do the smoothing tool, and that's a really easy way to naturally make land. That's what I tend to do. I'm just making my balcony overhang now. I'm making some columns here with the stone brick, just kind of building it in. You can see the one on the right, I didn't go right down to the stone. That's fine. You want to make it look like you're working with the structure, the cave system. I'll also be fixing up my railings later on. I'm just doing this for now. And I'll also be doing a overhang here with some staircases to have a bit of a trimming and a little bit more detail so it's not all just stone. But this is a really good start to a cave, and you can do the iron bars if that suits you more. Maybe you're doing this for a clan build, you could be building a base in a cave and maybe the iron bars work with more what you're doing. You could be building a gnome city, or maybe the iron bars work more with the gnome thing. Really, there's so many possibilities you can do with this. You just want to decorate to what suits you. So we're going to get started on the inside here. All I've done here is my 2nd floor, I've made an edging out of staircases just like I did on the outside there. And then I've made a very simple water channel here. I've just made some pillars of staircases and blocks. You can design this however you like. All you need is a hole in the wall that will then drain down to your little pool down the bottom floor there. So that's done now, and I've also built a staircase to the side, which I'll show in more detail, but we're going to get started on the arches here. So this is really simple to do. You just want to grab some staircases. Don't join it to a staircase if you have one there, so go one higher. We're going to use staircase and the pattern chiseled stone brick there, and then we're going to give it a bit more depth by going one back and then putting a column to the side, and we're done. So I'll be replicating that on both sides of this as well, and I also do it over my staircase entry. Now that that's done, we're going to put in a little bit more detail now. So I will skip past most of this. All I'm doing, I'm randomly like placing some holes, putting in stone brick, and also the cracked stone brick as well. I like to really do this if you want a bit of variety. I'll also be doing this exact same design out the front of my house as well, and I'll also be doing it on the second floor balcony outside. So I like to do things like this when you'll want a little bit more detail, because you're trying to utilize as much of the stone as you can, so you're not having to use too many other materials. So that's why I'm just randomly placing the stone brick here and there, but it gives a really nice effect. I'll also be doing this on the bottom of my pool, and my pool edging I will be changing to the stone slab, so it also breaks up the stone a little bit more as well. So you can see I finished now. I'm going to add a few more cracked stones in my base pool here, but I think the stone slabs is it's a nice touch. It lightens up the room a little bit more. I think it just looks a little bit better, and that way it's not too much like repetitiveness with all the stone. I'm going to quickly do my water float now. You just want to put a hole there. I'm going to try and keep it looking quite natural, like it's slowly making its way down. So I'm just going to place water like that until it drops down naturally, and then I will level it out down the bottom because I like it being level. It would frustrate me. But yeah, so I'm going to quickly do that. There we go. But I think this is looking really good now, and we'll focus on a few more things now. So we'll start this staircase here. I'm doing a spiral staircase. These are really simple. You just go 3 by 3, and then I have a block in the middle. You can do whatever you like for a pillar. I do fence posts sometimes, or this one I'm doing a stone brick pillar. And then you just work your slabs up like that in a round shape. You could also do staircases if you really wanted. It's like mixing staircases and slabs. But there we go, and that's a really easy staircase to do, and it has a really nice effect. Sometimes I find that a normal staircase going up or ladders is a bit boring, or they take too much room, so spiral staircases can be a really nice touch to make it a bit different. And we'll do our railings now, which I'll be using the pattern stone brick again. I'm going to be doing a gap of 2 brick, gap of 2 brick, and then between these gaps here I'm going to be using cobblestone staircases upside down to make some railings, because like I mentioned before, you don't want too much stone brick, and the cobblestone is a really nice touch. It also looks a bit more rustic, and it looks really great for a railing. I'll also be doing this exact same railing on the outside of my build on my upstairs balcony, so I will be replacing the one out there as well. Something else you can also do if your cave is like right at the top of the hill, just make a hole up the top, grab some glass blocks, and just make a really kind of random shape, glass shape. You can have a skylight. These are really great if you want some natural light. Because I don't have natural light though, we're going to be focusing a lot on this cave, on trying to bring some light into the build, so I'm going to be making a feature here with a chandelier. These are really easy to do. All I'm doing here, I'm just making kind of like a support looking structure for my block. So this might look a bit like, not dodgy, but I'm keeping it quite natural looking. I'm just building with the shape of the cave. I don't want my cave looking too structured, so I'm just trying to make it look kind of like as natural as you can. I'm just trying not to change the cave too much. I'm trying to keep it how it is. So for my chandelier, I'm going to be using the iron bars because they make a really nice string, which I think looks really good for chandeliers. You could also use wood if you prefer wood. And then place a glowstone block down the bottom, and then I simply just grab glass panes. I'm going to be using greys, blacks, light greys, white, and then just randomly place them, and you can make a really nice drop down looking chandelier. I will also be doing this exact same design on a smaller scale in the kitchen upstairs because it's a nice feature area for the dining room. Another thing you could do if you don't like the look of the grey, I'm doing grey because my cave is grey and I think it's quite nice. Something else cool to do is if you're building this cave because it's a base for like maybe you have a bunch of friends and you're building together, something really cool you could do is kind of color match your cave. So you can make your chandelier your base's colors, so maybe you have a faction and your colors are green, you could do different shades of green and white and make a chandelier out of that. You could then do carpet that's green and matched. You could make your windows that I will be making green. There's lots of things you could do to try to theme your cave the way that you'd like it themed. So I'm doing a little decoration down the bottom here now. I've got some carpet for kind of like hallway linings, and we'll be placing some plants. These plant designs I do a lot in my I've shown it in my road decoration video, in my custom plant design video. I've done these plants a lot. This is something I really like to do. Simply place a leaf block on top and some buttons, and you have a really cool plant pot base. I think it looks really nice. You could do whatever. I've done the Never brick because I like the dark kind of brick color. And to add a little bit of light to our lake now, what I do, you can see the light really easily like that. When I do light in lakes or waters, I actually go 2 blocks down like that, and then I place grey glass blocks on top, and then it's hidden and you can't see it. It's a nice way to hide your lighting. So you can see without night vision, the cave's really starting to look good now. It's not as bright as it looks with the night vision on, like bam, that's a lot of grey. So yeah, but I'm going to do a few more details now. We'll get started on the outside probably. So let's go. What we're going to be doing now, I'm going to be working a bit more on the walls on my outside area here. So I'll be showing a bit of a window, and we'll be adding a few more details like an overhang detail. Again, I'm just naturally kind of terraforming my stone to make it look natural, not too much like I've placed the blocks like that. I'll also be making a kind of like an entryway, and I'll be showing you the details I do for my windows and my door archway. And I'll also be removing all this granite and diorite that's sitting there. Although I don't mind granite, like I even did a tutorial video on it, which I'll link down below. Because my cave is all stone, we want to try and keep it stone, so I will be replacing all this. Okay, so that's all fixed now, and I'm going to be just terraforming a little bit more underneath here for my overhang, just making it look a bit more natural like that. And I'll be placing a doorway. So for my doorways and windows, all I do is I'm just grabbing stone brick, these stone staircases, and also the patterned stone brick, and I'm just making a really simple design entryway. Also for all my doors, I am using these spruce doors because I kind of like the rusticy look that they have. Something that spruce doors, I think, is kind of gnomey looking, if that makes sense. I kind of think Lord of the Rings or fairy tales when I see spruce doors. So we're going to be using the spruce doors for all the doorways in this build as well. You're more than welcome to use whatever you like though, especially if you only have a few certain builds near you. Spruce doors might be something that could be really useful for you. So you can see there, very easy doorway, but it adds a lot of detail. I'm also going to make a window here, which will kind of be like an overhanging kind of detailed window. So I'm just going to be using a bunch of staircases and slabs. I'll also be adding kind of like a little shade cover to my window by using slabs as well. You don't want to remove too much of the stone, especially on the outside. On the outside you want to change as much as you want on the inside, but the outside you want to look like you've worked with the hill. So you don't want to be changing too much, and you want to be using quite a lot of stone still on the outside. So I'll finish this little overhang here and a couple more details, and then I'll speed ahead and show you the finished product and explain some more things. Okay, so here is my windows like I explained. I've got some little overhangs in the same design that I have around my door. I've added some plant pots upstairs. You can see also on the bottom floor of the balcony, I've done the exact same pattern that I did on the inside. And I've now changed my railings to match the railings that were also on the inside. So you can see with just a few small changes, you can actually achieve a lot. You don't want to be changing the structure too much. You just want to play around a little bit and bring it out more. You can also see on the the railing that I have, I've got some banners here as well, just grey ones to make some overhang banners. So as you come in, same thing, I've got some banners hanging up. I'm using grey because I like the look of the grey. I've got some paintings. I've just done a few decoration touches really. The back here, I've got some armor stands, more paintings for my wall scones, like my lighting. All I did to make my lighting, you want to break 3 blocks high. You then want to do a staircase upside down on the top, a staircase on the normal on the bottom, then in the middle block, remove 1 block back further, place a block back there, and then just to simply make the light detail, you just place a light on the block, a item frame, then not clicking on the light but on the block next to it, and then I simply just place a slab on the item frame, not on the light, otherwise it'll come back, and that's a very simple light you can do. You can see finishing touches here in my kitchen. I've tried to keep it quite simple stone, so I think this is the andesite here. I've just used andesite, more stone brick. I've got the vents you have on top of ovens there. I put carpet on top of my staircase. You can see on my counters, sorry, because I like to use carpet for countertops. Things that I really want I have done, I've focused on my cave for decorating. I've got some wood to add warmth, and carpet as well. Carpet is something that adds a lot of warmth to a build. I've got armor stands because it makes it feel kind of more old to me. I've got spruce stools, like I said, because I like the look of them. I've got a little book nook here, so somewhere to sit. I've got plants to add in color, and that's also what the water achieves, and lots of lighting to make it feel bright and open. But there you go guys, there is how to build a cave house. Please comment down below if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you're going to build one. Share any pictures if you do. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also comment down below if you have anything you'd like me to try and build. But like always guys, thank you so much for watching. It's really much appreciated. But like always guys, thank you. Bye.